It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Okay.
Aloha.
Yes, howdy. That's
Howdy.
Also in the South, that's how you say hello, is howdy.
Hello, hello.
All right.
Yes. Okay. So,
One thing that we all probably struggle with.
and if we aren't currently struggling, we at some point have.
Yes, exactly.
Whether you've overcome it or you're still struggling
Yeah.
with it or you've not really dabbled off in it yet. Or
Right. And I
have
love
this-
talking about stuff that we struggle with because I feel like it helps me too. You know.
It's good food for thought. I mean, it really helps us think about and ponder. Well, how would I handle a certain situation, or if this happened to me, how would I work? How would I work through it?
So we were talking about loving your enemies, but what if we don't know that they are our enemies and they're nice to us anyway? You know, how do we not know that they're, haven't talked about us, but then we still love them anyway? Because that happens too. So that's whenever we just pray for them, but we don't know.
We could drive ourselves crazy trying to figure out if we tried to dissect, and that's not what we're here to do.
No,
we're here to present the gospel,
Yes.
to reach people, to build disciples, and we can't let this overwhelming idea of, well, am I really truly liked? Do they really like me as a person? Or are they talking about me? Or even if someone comes up to you and says, hey, so-and-so said this or whatever.
because that still happens as adults too. Even though, that was high school thing, it still happens as adults. But, and that's kind of hurtful. So instead of spreading that, whatever it was, just don't say anything and just pray for them. That's what we have to do.
Yeah. And because that's where we find our strength to push through whatever hurtful thing has been said about us, or has been said to other people about us, and it just helps build our strength within ourselves to keep us from diving off into it, because it could be we can be consumed so quickly into meeting them at that level when we're called to be so much greater, and to reach people, and we can't do that if we're just talking about people, or trying to bring other people down. We're supposed to build each other up.
Yes, and be there for them, and listen to your sister, and pray for her. That's what the sistership is all about, and we want to be uplifting to y'all, and to remind you to love your enemies. And how does it go? And pray for those who...
Yes. So I'm in Matthew 5:43 says, you have heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemies. Bless those who curse you. Do good to those who hate you. And pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you, that you may be sons of your Father in heaven. For he makes his sun rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and on the unjust. For if you love those who love you, that reward have you. What reward have you? Do not even the tax collectors do the same? And even the tax collectors do the same. And if you greet your brethren only, what do you do more than others? Do not even the tax collectors do so? Therefore you shall be perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect.
But whenever you say perfect, you're like, oh, I'm not perfect. I never, and I'm real bad about, I'm striving for I can't even say it. Striving for perfection, and then when I fail, I beat myself up more than anybody else could, say something bad that what I done. We are our worst enemy, and we got to love ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
We're always critiquing ourselves, beating ourselves up about something. If our blue jeans aren't fitting because we ate too much, and then we're mad at ourselves. It's just like a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
And so, girls, it's life, and Satan, he tries to get us down. So you just gotta love the unlovable.
Yep, and cinch that
So
armor up real tight, and go in knowing who you are and what you
Yes.
stand for and who you stand for.
Yes.
And just and claiming it and proclaiming it and just making it known.
Yeah.
And even though not to all, we will be receptive and loved, because Jesus said you will be, persecuted like he was. And that so long as we know we're doing what God has called us and Jesus has called us to do, that should be our fuel and empowerment to say we are on the right track, and that to be aware and prepared for the devil to try to attack us, and have that armor cinched up tight so that we can do what God's called us to do.
Yes, and Satan tries to attack me and Enrica in our ministry, but we just stomp him in the face.
Yeah, and we're like, no, sir.
That's right.
No, sir.
So, whenever you see that happening, girls, you just have to rebuke.
That's right.
Just tell that devil to flee. He will. Mm-hmm. And if I worried about what everybody said and thought about me, I probably wouldn't leave the house, because y'all know I like wearing fun stuff and crazy stuff. And I don't care if it's in style or out of style or any kind of style. If I like it, I'm going to wear it.
Yeah. We make our style.
That's right.
That's
and you
how
can
it is.
too. So don't worry about if you're not going to fit in, if you go somewhere and your clothes aren't the right for everybody else. It doesn't matter. Just go anyway.
Not any one person is made the same.
No,
and we're
God
all
made us
unique
all different.
to be the way that we are.
Yes.
And to shine the way that we are, to empower and build each other up.
That's right. If you like short, spiky hair, which I watched that lady, she's a minister, her name's Kim, and she has this short, spiky hair. And she wears these beautiful earrings and these big glasses.
They stand out, huh?
I know it, and I just love her. I can't think of her last name, but her first name's Kim. And I'm like, see, she embraces what she likes, and she is bold, and she goes with it. And I'm like, thank you. That's what I needed. So here it comes. Y'all better look out.
Yeah, and my hair, it just gets higher and higher.
And it looks good.
It's kind of doing its own thing. It's got its curls going everywhere. And that's fine. I'm like, okay, let's do it. It's happening. Thank you.
Yeah, girls. So y'all just do it. Do your thing. And don't worry about everybody else.
Be you. Embrace yourself.
That's
and keep true to your heart, what's most important, and shine in the light of Jesus, and everything else will fall into place.
That's right, girls. Y'all just love and keep loving.
That's right.
Bye.
See ya.